Karine, in Michigan, the parents of a school shooter have just been sentenced to at least 10 years in prison. Does the White House think this precedent could impact the number of school shootings in the future? And does the president believe parents should be held accountable in this way?
So look, I don't want to get ahead of the legal process here. There is a legal process. I want to be super careful. But the president obviously remains committed to stopping tragedies like these from happening. It is a tragedy that we're seeing in all communities across the country. Ending the epidemic of gun violence that is tearing up communities is a priority for this president. We know that when it comes to guns, it is the #1 killer of our children, and that shouldn't be. So we know that most students who carry out the K-12 school shootings are using firearms they obtain from home of a friend or a family member. That's why we recently announced new executive actions to help promote the safe storage of firearms. The U.S. Department of Education released guidance to help parents and families learn about the importance of safe firearm storage, and the DOJ released a gun guide on best practices for safely storing firearms. Under the leadership of this president, of this administration, we'll continue to use every tool at our disposal to implement these and other common sense gun safety measures to protect our children. We're going to continue to work. We did the bipartisan Safer Communities Act that you know that we passed in 2021, obviously in a bipartisan way. That was important, but we need Congress to take another step. And so we're going to continue to push Congress on taking more steps to get those weapons of war, if you will, off our streets. And that's what the president wants to continue to do.
So no reaction?
No, I'm going to be super careful about the legal process. I've talked through, I just laid out, I think, in pretty detail about what we're doing to make sure that, as we know, the K-12 students who carry out those types of horrific actions, they're easily have access to firearms. So we're trying to, through DOJ, through an executive action, try to figure out and really help parents and folks really store their firearms in a way that this doesn't happen. So we've taken actions and steps in those forms in that way. And so, look, we're going to continue to do what we can to work with Congress to do more.